A factor that extends beyond the borderlands but shapes the relationship between Arizona and Mexico concerns the value of the peso. Currently, one American dollar is equal to 19 Mexican pesos. A recent study from the University of Arizona Eller College of Management looked into how devaluations impact Mexicans' willingness to spend in the U.S. Back in our studio, Eller economist George Hammond joined us to explain more.
The dollar is up over 40% against the peso since 2014, up about 4% over the past year.
The peso, the dollar sounds low for Mexico, but a good opportunity for the United States. Is that correct?
Well, what it is a good opportunity for U.S. residents to cross into Mexico and to shop there. For the Mexicans who are paid in pesos, it actually tends to make American U.S. dollar price goods and services more expensive to them. So we have seen a little bit of a depressing impact on sales, particularly in Santa Cruz County, from the rise in the value of the dollar over the past couple of years.
When you look at just the economics of it, is it really of value to cross the border and come spend your pesos in the United States versus spending them in Mexico?
Absolutely. We know that for a fact by the millions of Mexicans who cross the border to shop in Arizona and the U.S. every year. And what they find of value will depend on each individual. I had an interesting conversation a couple of years ago with some workers at the U.S. consulate in Nogales, Sonora. And I asked them why they crossed the border to shop, and what the interesting thing was, they said they crossed a lot of times to buy gas in the U.S., and they did that because, in part, they believed the weights and measures in the U.S. were better than what they were experiencing and likely to get in Mexico. So if they bought a gallon of gas in the U.S., they really believed they were getting a gallon of gas, and they weren't so sure that the same was true in Mexico.
When the federal government in Mexico creates these incentives, that essentially translates into dollars for America, primarily Arizona, given this is our region.
What the Mexican government does will have an impact on those incentives. So an increase in the minimum wage in Mexico tend to raise incomes for those who are at that level. And that means more income for Mexicans, and they'll tend to spend more income on average. And some of that income may be spent here in the U.S. Decreases in tax rates in Mexico tend to make Mexican shopping more competitive relative to the U.S. unless we match that. So that might tend to keep more Mexicans in Mexico to shop. But you want to keep in mind that there are a large number of factors that matter, and each tend to matter a little bit on their own.
How would you describe the value of the peso right now? Would you say it's strong? I mean, it depends on who you ask, so I am curious what your take is on that.
Well, whether it's weak or strong, those are loaded terms that monetary economists will typically avoid. It's much weaker than it was 3 years ago. We know that for sure. Where it will go from now is uncertain. Most of the forecasts call for the dollar to fall against the peso, or for the peso to strengthen against the dollar, but it should be pretty modest in the near term.
Anything in your research thus far indicate that people are concerned about coming into the United States, given some of the rhetoric and the optics of the border right now?
Well, I see what you and everybody else is seeing in the paper. What we're seeing in the data is that the border crossings are on the rise, and that's likely contributing to increased spending here in Arizona. So that's a good thing.